Okay, so this spreadsheet allows you to first put some settings like a currency or when you want the calendar to start, different payment types, and even some bank accounts here. The plan, it's what you are planning to spend and the income that you are planning to have on a monthly basis, and there is some guidelines here to help you, some indicators to help you. And then there is a screen where you can log all this. And then you can have a look on the monthly view. You can select a month, and that gives you the data for that month, and that change is quite dynamic. And you have some indicators here as well. And then you have the yearly view. So we can start any month we like. I'm thinking about the Australians, if you're listening here, with the different type of financial system. So you could start in July, for instance, but you can start any time. So if you want to start using this in March, then you can put March as a starting point. And plenty of charts, criteria here, and then you go into the banking view. So that's optional, but when you log, you can select which bank here that the money is coming from or going to, and then you can put it here. So that was a very quick introduction. Now I would like to walk you through tab by tab. Now, this is obviously for people who already have the template or are interested in getting it and they are still unsure. So you can have a look at this. First tab, instructions. Those are the instructions, my contact details. The second tab, it's the settings. So you can input 4 different types of payment types. You can leave the one by default. I think they're quite standards: bill, expenses, debts, and savings. And then there's only one type of money in, which is income, but you'll see you can split that into several parts. You can input the currency. So the currency, I really advise you to have a very short one. You know, for instance, if you're in Australia, second time I mentioned Australia, yes, leave dollar. Because if you put dollar AU, it might look a bit cramped all over the place. So this is what I was mentioning. You can decide when what your first month is. So just to do a quick demo here already, if I put February, and if all goes well, here that should start in February up until January of the year after. So I think this is quite handy. And then you can list your bank accounts. I think you need to have at least one by default. Just if you want to log it as well, you can just put default bank or anything along those lines. So this way the Excel will leave you alone. It won't give you any big warnings. So this is for the introduction. This is for the settings. Now the second part is the plan. So this is where you plan month by month. If you want to push that to the limit, you don't even have to plan anything on a monthly basis. So you can put something very broad. And then when you look at your other views, you'll only look at your expenses. You don't look at the variation there. But you know, that's the idea, is to do a bit of planning. So let's walk you through this screen. So first, I'm going to start by the bottom for a change. So this is the 4 expense types, that we have defined here: bills, expense, debt, and savings. Those are here: bills, expenses, debts, and savings. And that's the income. That's the other one. So what do you do with this? You create categories. And how do we create categories? You just input it here. So here, this is all the categories that you have here. We will see them again in the log. If that doesn't make sense, it will make sense very soon. So for instance, here I have electricity, plan 250. So this is what I'm planning to spend on a monthly basis. So you need to average it to have something on a monthly basis, obviously. Your rent, your gas, anything that you have as a bill, you can put it here. Your expenses, I think the difference between bills and expenses are a bit less predictable in a way, but here you have the groceries, the petrol, and the whatever you want here as a different type of expenses. Debts, so that's home loan, car loan. If you don't have any debts, you're lucky. And then you can rename this, and for instance, I could put business expenses. Business expenses. I'm not advising you to change this midstream because that's going to cause a lot of problems. But at the very beginning, you need to set that up. And that's very clearly instructed in the instructions. So where was I? Here. And here you see bills expenses, for instance. I've replaced the debts by the bills expenses. But let's put back the bills. The debts, sorry. Debts. Okay, so I put back the debts. And we go back to our planning. And then we do this. And then we do that. We put savings. Where do we want to? The salary, how much we're expecting to get every month. And all that. Dividends, all that you want to put here. So here, this is quite important. That gives you the balance at the end of the month. So that will help you doing your planning, because here, when you look at all the total payments, 6,900 here, and I'm only getting 5,700 income. So there's something wrong. I need to remove something here. So for instance, here, I remove that. What does that give me? 560. I need to remove something else. I don't want to remove the holidays, but maybe if I go spend a bit less, even too much. Okay, so that's a monthly thing. So you need to maybe find a ways. Let's say if I want to spend less groceries. And that changed color, and that puts me in a positive. So you can play with all this until you have something positive, because otherwise your bank's not going to be happy. And this is I give you an idea of the breakdown. I don't want to put too many numbers all over the place, but if you put your cursor on top of it, it will show you the value and the percentage, but you already have the value here. That gives you the percentage if you're interested. So here you can see that the savings part is quite small, and then the bills is quite big. So that gives you an idea of where your money is going. So you do this, I suggest that at the very beginning, and you attempt to have something as close to zero here, even if that means, like for instance, here you see I'm a bit too high. So what can I do? So what you do is, I'm going to put a little bit more money away for the holidays. Let's go crazy. 200 every month for the holidays. Okay. So this is for the first step. Planning is done. Now we go into the log. So the log, there's nothing much I can tell you to do, how to do, but there's only one thing to bear in mind, is just to follow the usual standards, is that the actuals, which is the money actually spent or earned, has to be positive. Everything here has to be positive. Expenses or income have to be positive. The income, how do you recognize them? They have a bit of a lighter blue here. A lighter blue and a bit of a lighter blue here. So how does this work? So here you can input a bank account. So here, for instance, you input one of your bank accounts that have been set up here. The payment type. So here, this is a high-level payment type that you select first. High-level payment type should be one of those 5 here, which are also here. Just giving you a lot of reminders here. All the payment types and income are here. So here, you select one of those, for instance, debts. And then when you are here in the category, you will be limited by the category that falls under that payment type. So let's have a look here. So debts, I select debts, and I can only select home loan or car loan. Why? You ask, because this is the only 2 that I have here. Home loan and car loans. Okay, so this is one of the things that is quite important, because if you wanted to put, you don't want to change the category without making sure first that you have the payment type correct, which is a good way, I think, to manage your money. So here, here, if I turn this into an income, this is not going to work anymore because this doesn't fall under an income. So I need to find a salary one here, and I change the color. So this is what is required. So a description here is optional, but it doesn't hurt to put some description. That's the way it will work then. So you put all your log here. Now let's see the outcome of all this. So I'm going under my monthly view. So how does that work, the monthly view? First of all, how do you select a month? So here there is a bit of a help here, tells you, select one month below, because the challenge with Excel is you have no idea where to click. So here I'm giving you a hint. Go here, and then here you select your month, March. Oh, I just selected it again, sorry. May brings obviously the plan will not change because you have done your overall plan here consistent. So that will be the monthly planning. But what will change is the paid. So what you have paid or what you have earned. So I put the savings here at the bottom right. So here you do not need to touch anything on this screen. This is quite important, and I actually think that I have protected this to protect you. So if you try to input something, and some people tell me, oh, it's good that you've protected this because I keep wanting to put things here, but it's not where to put them. Otherwise it should be a monthly spreadsheet that you cannot reuse, and the idea is that you can reuse. So you put all your data here, and then you can reuse that screen, reuse obviously, quote unquote, that screen with all the different months that you want. And here you just select this. That's the only thing that you can do is select this, and then you have a look at all this, and you check, yes, this is all good. And this gives you a high-level view. So the balance plan here, 240, is when I was doing my planning. I was planning to have to be 240 ahead, but unfortunately reality has sunk in, and here I am way off, so 2,400. So there's been a big expense here that threw me, and then I just need to have a look at what went wrong here. Okay, so this is it. So you have all the income, and I think the problem here is I didn't get paid for this month, so that's why it's all wrong. But obviously this is a mock-up example. So here you have a reminder of what has been planned by category, and here you adding everything here by payment type, sorry, not category, payment type, and you have all the actuals here, and it gives you a total. This is the same but in more visual way. So what is planned is a paler shade, and what is actual is actually here on the deeper, with a deeper color. So that for instance, you can quickly see here my savings. I put more in savings than I should have, but for the time being I haven't spent as much as planned. Okay, this is also another chart that you might find useful, the payment split. It just because I put myself $600 here. If I have something else, there's gonna be a little bit different here. For instance, here that gives me a split of how much where I spent, and this is the income used. So here you can see that you are back in a balance for March, back in a positive balance for March, and you have used 96% of your income, which is good. You need to use your money. And there's 4% left. And obviously, when you spend more, this will be showing only as, like for instance, what was the bad month that we had? Was it April? That's it. This is showing a bit just 100% here. So this is it for the monthly view. There's a little bit of detail here that maybe might take a little while for you to sink in and get used to it. But once you get used to it, it's quite a good tool, I believe. Now we can go into the yearly view. So I have put February here, so I might as well leave February just to give you an idea that to reinforce the idea that you can start with any month really. And then down you go. So here you have bills, expense, debts, and savings, the 4 payment tabs that I've selected month by month. What is the outcome? Income, I didn't get paid those 2 months. I need to do something about it. And here the balance by month. So the data here is all over the place, just to show you that when it's positive by the month, it's blue, and when it's not positive, it's a bit of a paler red. Okay, now let's walk you through the chart. So this is the same. So this is obviously, this is telling you, and this is something that is, I suppose, important, is this is telling you how much you would have spent at this point in time. Not the full year, how much you would have planned, sorry, how much you would have planned for the full year. This is only taking into account the months that are behind. And actual, this is the actual that you spend. So what the system does is calculated what is the highest date, what is the latest date. And here it looks, and this is January 2025, which is not extremely realistic in this example because I should be having more April. But the system, have a look at this. Actually, I'm gonna put April to make this example a little bit more realistic. Okay, so the system looks and notice that I haven't put anything after April, and then it tells you, oh, there's something in July, so you must find something in July here. Yeah, something in July, which is okay. So the payment vs the planning until July, so something has been input for July, so it knows, and they've changed the plan. I don't know if you've noticed, it's changed the plan because we would have planned for those 6 months to have $13,000 of bills. So this is smart because it doesn't go through the full year, and only for you to realize at the end of the year, oops, there's a problem here. It tells you as it is. As soon as you input data in July, it will do the annual view until this July date. And for actuals, it's doing the same thing. Okay. Now, what else do we have? We have the income. We have the total payment. So here, for this screen, I'm separating the savings and the payment types. So I'm just giving you the total payments, less savings. I'm being very clear. Plan and actuals, and total savings, plan and actuals. Total income, it's here. And the balance is income less payments. Oops, income less payments. What else do we have? We have the usual plan actuals here, but this time until now, what you can see that you've paid more debts, which could be good in a way. Bills, you haven't paid as much, so there's something here. So payment per month, so savings excluded. Once again, I just wanted to show you all the payments that you have done here. Different color coded. Bills, expenses, and debts are here. Bills, expenses, and debts. So try and have those names relatively short here. I think I mentioned that in the instructions. So this gives you an idea. It's a bit all over the place here. The savings progress. So that's something that I've added here. We put money into a savings, and I thought it'd be good for us to calculate where it takes us. Like for instance here, savings. Looks like we've stopped putting money into the savings here as a total. Here we have stopped here. We put money in May, so that jumped up here. And June, July, we didn't put anything, so that stays here. It's a good motivating tool, I suppose. So this is the same. We know this one, expenses vs income so far, obviously, as usual. So we spent much more here. And the payment slip, bills, expenses, that gives you here an idea. In this very specific example, looks like the debts. We've been carried away with the debts, which is reflected here. Not always a bad thing. So I think this is pretty much it for the annual view here. I mean, you obviously need to take a little bit of time to digest all this. Banking view, optional. Here you can select a bank. This one has this amount. So that's if you want to do, if you want to go to your bank statements at the end of the year, or even at the end of each month, and say, okay, I have 1,800 down here for that month, and you check here if you agree with it or not. But that gives you a bit of an idea of what you have done with this bank account. So there is a balance here, and there is the expenses here and the income here. Totals as usual at the end. So that's it. As mentioned, obviously there's instructions here. It's a bit of a troubleshooting just in case you have some issues. But that should work out. So the final thing, as usual, is if you don't like those colors here, you can go and the page layout and put your cursor here and see if there's other schemes that you like. I like this one also. If you select the median, page layout, colors, and median, I also like this one. Okay, but you obviously need to unprotect your sheets before you do this. If you want to change the page color, you need to unprotect all your sheets. And how do we do this? You go under review and you check this one is unprotected, for instance, but you need to go to the other ones, unprotect, unprotect, unprotect. And after, for your own benefits, I really recommend that you protect them back. Because this way that prevents you from inadvertently typing something in a cell that is like for this one, for instance, where you have all the calculation. But you can do, you can first check if there is any color scheme that you like. If you don't, then there's no point of unprotecting all these, obviously, but you know, it depends maybe on your mood as well. What are you seeing life in blue or in purple today? And then you might want to change. I've noticed the blues are usually quite good here. So blue 2, for instance, it's often a good one. Office, that's the old office, the new office. The old office is here. It's not too bad either. But I've created some very specific colors here. So this is where it falls under the custom here for us to have a look at. Anyway, so I hope that was useful. Reach out if you have any questions or any issues with the spreadsheet.